live. Just a kind of an introduction. I'm going to be working on a Danish bookcase or bookshelf. I'm going to flip the camera around and get to work. It's not going to be the most amazing thing for live viewing. I'm going to warn you right now. But if you're watching this after I upload it and turn it into a regular video, you can definitely fast forward through a bunch of the sanding and shaping. But you can at least see some of the tools. I'll run through them quickly. I'm going to be using files and then a sanding block, and I'll tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing based on my experience with Quickwood in the past. So let me turn the camera on and get going. So as you can see, we're at my storage space. Probably going to end up with my feet in the shot. Also my awesome snowflake pants. But so anyways, I like using a file. Let me do a quick overview. I have a file. I'm not using rasps per se. I'm going to get these out of the way so I don't get dust on them. I have this little rat tail guy in case I needed to get into some weird tight spaces. And then I have some more files here. They do have a tendency to load. I should have brought a steel brush. I forgot that to clean them out. But this should be relatively quick. I mean, it'd be ideal if I had space in a garage at the moment or in the house to just turn on a power sander, just go back and forth. But I don't, so I'm just going to do this by hand. I also have my trusty Amazon sanding block that's like a 3-pack, was $10 or something. I always do the walkthrough. It has these chamfered edges so that it has room for the paper to roll without affecting, like not kind of pushing its way up and giving you a cut that's going to look like that, kind of creating this valley. It will make it easier for the paper to wrap with those angles. So anyways, so for these areas, just some quick file work. And the reason I like files for this is that I can hold it and I feel like I can really kind of get the alignment. What you want to do is just get everything so it's flush. And that means getting the repairs even with what's supposed to be the bottom of the bookshelf. I'll probably get a bunch of felt. I'll probably do that this afternoon when I go pick up the kids from school. And so as you saw, I'm cutting this way and I'm cutting this way. I'm using a little bit of an angle because if I'm pushing on this way, the teeth they're cutting this way on the file. So it cuts on the push. So what happens is if the teeth catch this veneered edge here, it's going to peel it back. And so like down here, you can hear it hitting the veneer, but what's happening is the veneer is being supported against the inner particle board and it's not ripping back. So that's what I'm thinking there. I am going across the grain slightly. But this cuts pretty quickly. I'm trying to speed things up. Got to get home and walk shop dog. So here I'm going with the grain. And I put my finger there. I feel to see how high the Quickwood is. Blend the levels. So you are going to hit the finish and the veneers and all that. You are going to be doing some fillers and repairs. So the idea is just to minimize what you're doing. It's tough to eliminate it altogether. Let's see. It's 7 people watching. Let's see. I got to move the camera so I can read the comments. What am I making? I am not making. I am repairing. But this is. Let me drop the camera down a little bit more. I used what's known as quick wood, or it's an epoxy putty. And so this brown part here is something I added yesterday, and it has set up and become very hard. Excuse me. And I am using a file to trim it back if I can, when I have to go this way. You can see the light spots are the high areas. So this is in US dollars, if you're not familiar. This is Danish teak, a big piece like this that has this type of wood. It's only made in Denmark, and I talked to a kind of an antiques dealer, a furniture dealer, and he said it's pretty safe to bet that it's from Denmark if it's made with this wood, because only Denmark is using teak to do furniture like this. I'm going to point this out. This is an interesting thing about these files, is that it's a straight line here, and then it actually angles in, it tapers. And so what that does is it allows me to kind of angle up a little bit, like get the handle away from here so that I can cut in a little bit. And it is creating a bit of a valley, but it helps knock back I can come this direction a little bit more easily with that angle. Again, it would be great if I had a power sander here, but I have to do all this by hand at the space. So if you're wondering what it takes to do a bunch of repairs, I mean, there's a water-based filler, Timbermate. Excuse me. It would be a lot easier to be sanding Timbermate for this. I'm just gonna knock this back. I'm trying to clean out some of the quickwood stuff. Here, I'm going to want to go from this side to this side so I don't rip the veneer. So I don't know if I finished my thought. This would be a very expensive shelf to buy for most Americans. It's like a $900 shelf because it has the cabinet in the bottom. And so I got it. I think I own it for 40, 50, or 60. I think it's about $50 maybe. So something like this, if I can fix the door and fix the body, I can probably make a couple $100 on it. I'm doing quick wood, and it's taking extra time because I'm making the video. So otherwise, it's questionable whether I put this much time into the repair. With the sandpaper, you can go in both directions without so much worry of blowing out the veneer. It can still happen if the veneer's really loose. Just trying to even up this thing in the back. I can't see it, but I can feel that there's a little bit of a lip. Supposedly, if you have a super sharp chisel, you can probably cut the quickwood back also. Let's see if I can say hi to people and no other comments. We have 6 people watching. You will also notice that it's kind of a salmon color, but that is not really an issue. It will get, you can see I can kind of use the rolled edge. There's a rounded edge, and you'll see me kind of going at an angle just to, again, knock it back. So far, so good. There's one little scratch up here, but I've been able to stay away from the finish. So there's going to be some dark areas, and so if you use like a furniture marker or just a darker stain, I have gel stains. Let me grab one so you know what I'm talking about. This is Candlelight. It's General Finishes. Gel stain is the product. It's oil-based. Excuse me. It was developed, from my understanding, to colorize fiberglass doors. So, oops, I just blasted that. That was bad. That's why you don't want to. That's why I don't want to do that. You can see it kind of accordion that. I might have to shove some glue in there and clamp it before I go. But the gel stain was used to apply on a door so you could get a color that looks like wood onto a fiberglass exterior door. And so it sits on the surface. It has a lot of color in it, and so it sticks on, and it's just a coating that floats on top of whatever you want it to sit on. And so it's fantastic for furniture repairs. You will see, I call this mid-century modern in a can. That's the color, is this warm, it looks like vintage black walnut. And so if you're doing the classical black walnut dresser up on skinny legs, the little round legs, you're going to be really close with that gel stain. And then if you need to, you can mix it with a darker stain. There's one called Java. It's pretty dark, very dark brown. A lot of people like that look. And then I use nutmeg, so much to the point where I need to go buy some more nutmeg. So I am guiding this file for anybody still paying attention. I'm guiding it this way. I'm holding it down here and holding it down here so that I can establish this plane, this flat area. You want this to be even, and I don't want this to be a big weird toe or high spot. I think that's going to be pretty close to good. I'm going to get some fresh sandpaper. So we're 80 grit. I don't even know if I can actually hit the veneer, so I'm just going to go cross grain, see what happens. As I get closer to the veneer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the block and I'm going to put it on the angle here, and I'm going to cut, and I'm going to reduce the amount of surface area that the block is coming in contact with. So let's say this is the wood, and here's my high spot, is that middle finger there. What I'm going to do is, rather than go like this, I'm going to go like this and try to knock it down. So it's a little bit, it's subtle, but like this spot, I'm not going like this, I'm going like that. And if there's any scratches into the rest of the wood, it will look like grain because I will blend it. You can see there's already some scratching in there. Ideally, you would make a repair that's so good you don't even have to tell the person buying this from you that you fixed it. You don't want to say, "Hey, it was built by me," and I don't know, Kai or Sven. I'm not sure what Danish names sound like, but you know, it was like it was, you know, 100% him for a while. Then it fell apart, and now it's about 40% me. If your business says I salvage stuff, great, go for it. You know, then you can brag about it. I'm trying to save some time here. Just blast it there. So it's getting pretty close to flush. Again, doing the tilt of the block, I'm taking down a high spot up here. So I need to focus my fire up high here. And, you know, if it's close to smooth, I mean, anybody that looks is going to know there was a repair done, but if it's close to smooth, you're going to be able to blend it. And so does it have to be dead flush? You want it close, but it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect if you're good with your gel stains or colors. Should probably have some audience interaction here, and you guys should tell me if you want me to put some gel stain on here now so you can see it and go, or if you want to see me. I got to do that other side. Also, I need to just knock this back over here. I don't know if people want to see me see me do the gel stain thing right away so they can go to work or go to the shop. So I did put I did put pigment into the gel stain, or not the gel stain, but the I put it into the Quickwood, and so it was supposed to have some brown in it and kind of help it match. I think I'm going to have to address this lip that I'm feeling once the dresser is, or the bookshelf is up. So I think it's gotten to the point of pretty close enough. Actually, got to take the file, and this will kind of give me an idea if there's some high spots or rounded spots. Yeah, it's close enough. So let's see. We got 5 people watching the diehards. Appreciate that. You know, their comments or hellos. Excuse me. Still getting over a flu here. Let me grab some supplies. Not seeing enough microfiber cloth in the stuff I brought, but I'll just brush it back with a rag. So let's see. Okay, so like I said, if I wasn't making the video, or I don't know. I mean, I might have even taken it home and sanded it down in the driveway real quick. Let's see. I'm going to need a screwdriver, and I thought I brought some Q-tips. All right, there's a screwdriver. It's supposed to stay here. And then what I'm debating is whether I use some furniture markers actually to get the color a lot closer, put some browns into it, kind of streak it up. I'll do it just to see what happens. I'm going to hit it with a Candlelight so people don't have to wait. I believe these are alcohol based, and so they dry very quickly. So I'm going to just kind of smudge it. Put some dark streaks in here to break up the browns. Some lines there. This is the beauty of teak. There's a lot going on, so there's I mean, if some weird tones are happening, you can do some fuzzy math. Like your brain just, if something gets too busy, it's kind of like plaid. It's not like you can't have a conversation with somebody wearing some crazy shirt, your brain just kind of tunes it out, and I feel like that's kind of what happens with strongly grained woods. So this is the Varathane pack. That was the light brown. I was going to do a darker brown. Just I think I said yesterday that if you use a marker, even if you're come back at it with some alcohol, that's looking a little weird. All right, let's just see the plan. So it's Varathane. I got this from my big box store, Menards, if you know what that place is about. Go a little darker here to establish our streakiness. And then I'm going to take one for the team here by busting open the gel stain early. If you get this stuff on there and you kind of wipe it around in a hurry, you'll see that it blends in. And you can kind of soften it so it's not just like some little kid walked up with a marker and smeared a finish on there. Okay, so let me grab a fresh rag. And then, wow, I hope this is good. Because let's see, we still got 5 people watching. 5 or 6. Appreciate the commitment. So this is the Candlelight. I can feel it. It's settled. It's kind of like making some soup and feeling that all the rice is sunk to the bottom of the pot. So hopefully that's enough to get us started. So I'll set that out of the way. I'm actually just going to take the stuff that's on the rag. The screwdriver isn't usually utilized to mix my finishes, so I'll have to put that back on the cart. All right, so let's see. Is this Here Comes the Magic? Is that what's happening? So again, I'm doing this for you guys because I'm going to be stuck with the smell while I'm doing the other side of the thing. But in case you guys have to go somewhere, I appreciate you watching. And keep in mind, nobody's probably ever going to see until it gets, loaded from one place to another. Nobody's going to see the bottom of the dresser or a bookshelf. God, why I keep thinking it's a dresser. So, anyways, that did a pretty good job of hiding the repair. I'm going to put a bit more goop on here. Then I'm going to kind of extend the tone and have it blend in from farther away. I don't know what's back there, but I'm just going to throw some finish in case that solves the look. So one thing I like about using these disposable rags for applying gel stain is that if there's any sawdust or anything, it kind of picks it up. So there you go. We'll get some light on it. You can, well, it's a urethane finish with the pigment suspended in it. So it actually is a little bit of a coating, but it needs to be sealed and protected ideally. But you can take just one last drop. So if you have a light spot like down here, there's kind of a light patch, you can just kind of dot it on and either push it in and get it saturated. I think that was the issue. Or you can just kind of blob it on and it will set up and give you an extra look. Need to maybe put a little extra in here to kind of soften up this line. But there you go. I'm going to keep sanding this. But if you're hoping to see with the gel stain, the difference that it makes, that's an okay blend. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Whoever's buying this isn't paying me to completely resurrect it. And then if I have a little bit of gel stain here, I will maybe just kind of clean up the edge of the cabinet door as long as it's here and it's looking a little dry. So if you guys got to take off, if you have to leave after seeing the gel stain event, thanks for watching. I am going to take this clamp off and then I am going to continue to work my way across this thing. I'm just going to do a little trick here. I'm going to take the rat tail. Make sure you guys can see this. This is kind of a weird deal. I think there's dowels in here, but it's not super set up. So this is the issue. This thing gets, the quickwood kind of gums up the teeth after a while, and the file becomes less effective. Usually I just grab a different file. Stop and take off my outer layer here. I'm starting to get a lot of exercise doing this. Obviously I don't need to blend anything there. That's you're not going to see it. I just need to make sure that it's level. You don't want to burn too much off the front. At least I don't. Wait, all right, so where my microphone? I thought I left on the fleece. Oops. All right. I'm going to angle the block up, and I'm just going to try to cut just this little area right here in a hurry. Also going to angle it and kind of, or actually use the side. Knock back some of the high spots. All right, I'm actually going to call that good. That was definitely the bad side over there because, let's see, somebody said something. Let's see what they said. Huh. All right, just got a notice from YouTube. A comment. So we've got one person watching. So let's see. We're gonna get some fresh sandpaper. Trim that back. Okay. Oh, we're back up to 3 people. Huh. I was gonna turn it off and maybe shoot a long video, but yeah, let's just go for it. I might actually leave the stuff on the inside. I think this is cutting it faster at this point. So when you put on your fillers, if it's going to be something that sets up no matter the thickness, like quickwood, what you want to do is have it come out a little bit farther so you can sand it back even without any voids or low spots. But I went a little bit extra on this. Now I'm paying for it in sanding time. I have a couple of spots here I need to level. Let's see if we're still there. When using a sanding block, you can see that the grit's all gone there, but it hangs onto the sides, which is enough area to try to take back this kind of extended spot here. So let's see. It's close to flush. I'm going to cut something in a hurry, go across it, but then if you need to match it up, you got even up with this. I just got to notice that YouTube is going to start charging people to keep their channels going, and not surprisingly for many, I don't make any money doing this yet. But might have to set up the flipping idiot GoFundMe or Patreon to get the channel going and keep it afloat. So, oh, there's a spot I didn't even do. It isn't nearly as much fill as the other side that had a lot of veneer damage. Cut the inside of this. Let's do that really quickly. All right, so I think we're back to it. Let me grab grab the rag, knock the dust off. Thought it was fun to put markers on stuff. Gotta have my glove hand at the ready. Ugh, that was bad. Let's blend that a little bit. Have to hit. I think take this back just a few more passes and call that good. Not sure why I'm only wearing one glove, but I'm gonna grab another. So we're gonna take our goop, Candlelight, mid-century in a can, also Danish modern in a can, basically. This stuff is really thick, otherwise I would put it into what's called a stop-loss bag. and I haven't tried to get in one, but maybe at some point I'll give it a shot. But I try to keep. I dip things into the can to keep them clean, kind of like food. You don't want to contaminate your stuff. Let's do these over here real quick. And so you wipe it on, and you wipe it back, and then it's like it was always the way it is. A little bit on the inside, blend the repair, but this is why I use the marker. You can see here that there's kind of um, some even spots that look a little weird, that do look like filler. So I'm going to take just a dab of stuff here, wipe it on. And then I'm just going to put a little bit extra in spots to darken it up, and then to hopefully kind of break up the lines. So that is it for the Danish bookshelf for now. I need to go do this to the door. I thought I would need nutmeg and maybe some Java to blend in these repairs, but they look pretty good. Again, well, Varathane markers. I've got to use my battery-powered vacuum to clean up the floor. It's a little dusty. All right, so here's my face. Thanks for watching. I'm going to shut down this feed, and then I'm going to set up for the doing some stuff on the antique dresser that I've paired these together, but I'm going to break them apart just so people can find them more easily. But thanks to everybody that watched. I will be doing the door, and I don't know if I'll do a live stream, but the door that matches this cabinet, I'll give you a look at it here. I can turn the camera around. So that's the door, and it has the European style, but it's these cheap plastic hinges. And so somebody, I think, kicked the door, and so that got ripped on the back of it. And so I'm going to quick wood it back together after I reinforce it. But that's going to be a project that I have going on at home. So I'm going to have to shut this down. I'm going to thank you guys for watching again. Like and subscribe to Flipping Idiot. That would probably help me out and keep the channel alive. And then there'll be plenty of more stuff that I'm going to post for as long as I can. I don't know. YouTube just said that they're going to, I think, do yeah, it says they're gonna start charging you per month to keep a channel going. So it's not a lot of money. I mean, I'll probably do it at some point. People start hopefully watching more and subscribing, and then I can, just make it happen for the people that are interested in this stuff. So take care, stay safe in the shop, and I will talk to you. I mean, I'll be back in a couple minutes with the other dresser. And it's a different, it's timber mate and some other glue ups and stuff like that. But I will be using some gel stain if you guys like seeing how that works on different materials. Totally different. It's a mahogany, kind of more reddish thing, antique. So there's some fade built into that. So I might mix some nutmeg and some colonial cherry. But I'll say goodbye now, and then I'll pick up with the other dressers. So keep these separate. All right. Thanks for watching.